What are realistic expectations for him? And when I say realistic, I'm talking like top end. What are best case scenario in realistic sense for Trey Lance? Let's put it that way. Waruna.
Okay, so I wrote an article about this. So Trey Lance, in my opinion, that at the very highest level, he can change the power balance in NFC West. Because right now, last 8 years, against Seattle Seahawks, we have won only 3 games. That literally means if we play this season week in and week out against Seahawks, we would only be 3 and lose 14 games. That's a humiliation. We can't allow we can't allow Seahawks to do that anymore. So again, we have Rams. They are pretending to be the contenders. We have Cardinals. They are saying that they are the contenders. So if Trey Lance can work out with Kyle Shanahan, because I always trust in Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has the scheme. Again, Jimmy Garoppolo's success, basically, it's Kyle. It's not Jimmy. I'm sorry to say that. That's my belief. So if Trey Lance can work out, he will definitely, in this division, most probably within year 2 or year 3, he is going to be the best quarterback. I mean, yes, Russell Wilson is there, Kyle Murray is there, but given the conditions, he can be groomed up to the best quarterback in this division, most probably in the 3rd year. If that is the case, if you see the US map, the NFL teams where they are located, only Kansas City Chiefs would challenge 49ers. So that's my expectation. Might be unrealistic, but still I think that's the ceiling for Trey Lance.
I think this is going to get people hating me no matter what answer I choose, but I just think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the starter to start the season. So I say Trey. Yeah, I know, Grant. Are you going to boot me out now? What are you going to do? But
Shot fired.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
Dang.
But, and that's not saying that I think Trey Lance is worse than Jimmy Garoppolo. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying I think Jimmy Garoppolo is the starter to begin the year. I think Trey Lance is the starter by the end of the year. And as long as he gets hot by December, that's all they really need. What Big Ben did his second year, where he got the Steelers to the Super Bowl, not his first year, but his second year. They can do that with Trey Lance. What Colin Kaepernick did his first year as a starter, where he took over halfway through due to an injury. You just have to get hot at the right time. So I'm not saying necessarily he's going to be Rookie of the Year, but I think he has the potential to get hot in December. And especially if they wait that long to throw him into the lineup, as long as he doesn't struggle the first 5 seconds, which everyone that hates Jimmy Garoppolo thinks Trey Lance will be perfect from the start. As long as he's perfect from the start, that gives 8 less weeks of film for playoff defenses to figure out what's going on. So I think that's a win-win. I say Trey Lance halfway through the season takes over, and he has a pretty good year.
There's no place for a difference of opinions on this show. Maverick, what are you doing? No, good answer. Sorry, Suneil.
Yeah, so I just don't see it going well if Jimmy G starts and then somehow Trey Lance gets put into the season late in the season. That there's only 2 reasons that could happen. Either Jimmy G gets injured or the 49ers aren't the team that we expected them to be. So they're, moving towards next season versus actually challenging for playoff position, Super Bowl contention, so on and so forth. So for me, I believe Trey Lance is going to start. Realistic expectations this season, I don't think he's going to have like a Patrick Mahomes type season. I mean, I could see him throwing for maybe anywhere between 2,800 to 3,200 yards, somewhere between 25, 30 touchdowns, maybe like 10 to 15 interceptions. Just because Kyle Shanahan himself doesn't throw the ball a lot. He's always ranked really low as far as pass attempts per game compared to the rest of the league. And I expect also Trey Lance to be a mobile threat to defenses. We're going to see a lot of bootleg, a lot of quarterback draws, things of that nature to use his mobility and kind of give another weapon to the 49ers offense, which already is chock full of weapons. So I think that the 49ers see Trey Lance as the missing piece to keep them a consistent competitive team year after year after year. And I think that's what the front office is looking for. Definitely what Kyle Shanahan's looking for. I'm sure he's tired of the media constantly saying he's only had one winning season and so on and so forth. So why would you put back the same quarterback that's caused you to have such an up and down kind of career with the 49ers? Bring in the person that has anywhere close to the same amount of ability, even more, but you feel like can stay healthy and give you the best chance to actually get one of those winning seasons.
Yeah, so I kind of got to agree with my man Mav over there. I don't think Trey Lance is going to start the season as the starter. I went back and forth on this to myself privately in my room late at night, and I just don't see it happening. I don't think Trey Lance is going to be as far along as everybody thinks. It's not because he's not talented. I think Trey Lance is by far maybe the second most talented quarterback in the NFC West. I think he can potentially be better than what Kyler Murray could be, just because he has a better arm than Kyler Murray does. But I think it's going to take him some time. He has accuracy issues. That doesn't get fixed overnight. Grant, you saw it firsthand in rookie mini camps. He was missing, throws high. When he throws out to his right, he's not super accurate. That's a mechanical issue that you just don't fix that right away. He's going to need to get a lot of reps working on his mechanics to correct those issues. I think they know what they have in Jimmy Garoppolo. The front office obviously wants Jimmy Garoppolo to play so they can build up his value. Jed York wants Jimmy Garoppolo to play. He paid him $90 million so far. He doesn't want to get rid of him, for nothing. So I think Trey Lance maybe will come in mid-season if Jimmy Garoppolo gets injured. I don't really think he's going to set the world on fire when he comes in. He's going to do a lot of design runs. He's going to be around 55% completion, maybe, 58. I don't think he breaks 60% completion percentage. I don't think he throws 20 touchdowns, even if he plays, 3/4 of the season. I think he's going to have maybe as many rushing touchdowns as passing touchdowns, honestly. I just don't see Trey Lance coming in and setting the world on fire.
Jeez.
Yeah, I do, actually. I see him starting week 1, and I think it's reasonable to expect him to win 12 games with this team. I mean, I can't think of this talented of a quarterback coming to this talented of a roster. I can't think of the last time. I mean, I just can't. I mean, I guess Patrick Mahomes, he didn't get to play his rookie year. I think it's kind of a special situation.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that. Russell Wilson, his rookie year. Ben Roethlisberger, his rookie year. So will he be inaccurate? Will he miss some throws high every game? Yes. Was Cam Newton that way as a rookie? Yes. Cam Newton was not accurate, and he was coming off 1 year of experience where he won a national championship. Like Trey Lance, ran a lot, scored 35 touchdowns as a rookie, won 6 games on a team that had won 2 the previous year. So I think Trey Lance on this team that won 13 games just a couple of years ago, won 6 last year with a bunch of backups. I think if he could stay healthy, and he seems like he has that skill set, I think it's reasonable to expect that he wins this year the way that Russell Wilson did as a rookie, the way that Ben Roethlisberger did as a rookie, even if he's not throwing a ton, even if he's throwing 20, 21 times a game, he's still running some. I think he could score a lot of touchdowns on the ground. He could score around 20 touchdown passes, maybe 10 to 15 rushing touchdowns, and have I think he could win playoff games. I don't see why he can't be the first rookie quarterback to go to a Super Bowl. I really don't see why not. Now, I know he lacks experience and he didn't play last year, but he's in a great situation. He's got a ton of talent. I don't want to set the bar too high, but I think it's not outrageous to set it pretty high for this kid. I don't think it is.
There's a couple things that Chuy said that, he said he needs a lot of reps, but you don't get reps sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? The only way that you're going to get reps is playing. And I think we just saw last season with the Chargers, they almost made a huge mistake keeping Herbert on the bench. And they were planning on doing that for half the season or maybe even the full season because of that mentality. Oh, it's a rookie, hold him back, let him learn. And, obviously there was a doctor's error that pushed him in. But think about what the Chargers are gaining from having Herbert play a majority of that season and what kind of star Herbert is going to become. even though they didn't make the playoffs and all those types of things, I think that having your rookie quarterback that you already know is the future to actually play is the kind of new way to really develop your quarterback, just because he's not going to a system that's going to ask a lot of him. They're just going to ask just kind of manage the game till you get comfortable enough to start making those winning plays and things of that nature. It's not like Jimmy G was lighting the world on fire with what he was doing to win games. In fact, if we asked him to do too much, it was throwing an interception. It was just basically throwing to wide open receivers, making sure that the game was being managed. And I think Trey Lance could do that, plus elevate, what Kyle Shanahan's able to do with his playbook.
And that's what the Seahawks did with Russell Wilson when he was a rookie. He started 16 games, but I remember the first time he faced the Niners, I was not impressed. They didn't have any confidence in him. He was barely in the game. I mean, he was in the game, but he wasn't a major factor. By the end of the season, they had really given him much more rope, had expressed much more confidence, and asked him to do more stuff. So early on in the season, he could be doing Trey if he starts like the minimum, throwing very little, running a lot, doing the most basic stuff. But if he shows well, he could improve because he has the reps, and they could put more on his plate. That could be a realistic expectation as well.
But going back to another quarterback, especially a mobile quarterback, look what Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson. That still worked out with them. Obviously, the playoff win didn't happen. They lost to the Chargers, but that worked out. And then I know injuries had a lot to do with it, but what Miami did with Tua last year, if they stuck with Ryan Fitzpatrick the whole year, they probably are a much better suited playoff team than what ended up happening to them last year, where Tua was ineffective and then they had to bench him. And then that created, is he even their quarterback of the future dilemma? They were reportedly after Deshaun Watson. So there's a lot of issues. I'm saying Trey Lance is better than Tua, in my opinion, right now, has much better future as well. But I don't think it hurts having Trey Lance sit 6 weeks and then he comes in after the bye, or sits 4 weeks and plays the week before the bye. No. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No, definitely not. Not for his development. No. Chuy.
So when I say reps, what I mean is he needs to go to like a QB guru, and he needs to work on the mechanical issues that he has. Those are the type of reps that I'm talking about. Gotcha. I understand you're not going to get reps in practice, but he has some mechanical flaws in his throwing motion and his footwork that he really needs to address to be accurate at the NFL level. Because he can be inaccurate in college, he can miss throws high, and it's just an incomplete pass. If he misses those passes in the NFL, those are going to be interceptions. These are the best of the best that he's going to be playing every week. So I just think that if you don't want Trey Lance to lose his confidence and make a lot of mistakes early on in his career, then the best way to do that is to set him until he's fully ready to play. It has nothing to do with any other quarterback on a roster. This is Trey Lance's team. When he's ready to go, he's our quarterback for the next 5-10 years. The only other thing that I have to say is, are we forgetting who our coach is? Kyle is not patient. Kyle Shanahan is not a patient guy. So do we really think that he's going to change and he's going to be okay with throwing the ball 15 times a game, 18 times a game, little check down passes because Lance doesn't have the accuracy to go down the field early on? I don't see that happening. I think he wants to come out of the gate firing, and if he feels Trey Lance can give us a spark midseason or later, he's going to put him in there. But Kyle Shanahan, to me, is not going to work him in slowly. He just doesn't have that kind of patience. That's why he was chasing a veteran quarterback earlier in the offseason, in my opinion.
I just feel like you guys are being a little too apprehensive. I understand there's some issues with him, but you say he's inaccurate. I mean, he went to the same school as Carson Wentz and had a higher completion percentage. Carson Wentz started 16 games as a rookie, won 7 of them, was good, and he was on a bad team. So I think it's reasonable to expect Trey Lance to have a better rookie year than Carson Wentz. And on that, I'm going to get the last word on my show. Thank you, though, Chuy. I appreciate it. This was our best discussion of the hour. We're at 6:56. We're up against it. I start another show in 4 minutes with Jesse Naylor. But this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you very much. I'm glad we could do this, and I'm glad we could talk about something other than the incredibly sad, heavy thing that happened this morning. So thank you, guys. Hold on. Chris Royal has something. He says, I don't think there's going to be I don't think there's going to be a competition necessarily, but I think Diamondor Lenore is going to play his way into a role. Go Ducks!
That would be amazing.
Maverick,
I like
you want to
him.
get the last word on that one?
Ditto.